President Uhuru Kenyatta has signed the controversial Election Laws Amendment Bill. This therefore sanctions the manual voter verification and transmission of election results. The latest development comes as the High Court orders the National Assembly to respond within 7 days on queries raised by CORD over this law. And as Murimi Mwangi also reports, the 7 nominees for the IEBC will be interviewed by the National Assembly from tomorrow.
The presidential assent to the Election Laws Amendment Bill comes as the High Court ordered the National Assembly to respond to issues raised by CORD in this law within 7 days. Under a certificate of urgency, CORD had asked the High Court to block Parliament and the Executive from handling any bill touching on changing the Elections Act. Through lawyer James Orengo, CORD argued that the electoral system is currently in a state of confusion, and the proposed amendments will undermine the important and fundamental features and provisions of the electoral laws. The most controversial clause in the new law gives the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission powers to revert to manual voter identification and transmission of results in instances where the electronic system fails. The laws have provoked intense debate, even after being passed acrimoniously in the National Assembly. Senate endorsed that position with a successful vote.
May be discussing the procedure of.
And now the spotlight returns to Parliament as the National Assembly Justice and Legal Affairs Committee begins grilling President Uhuru Kenyatta's 7 nominees for the position of chair and commissioners of the country's electoral agency, IEBC.
I hope during that process, Parliament, as it must, will have the last word before the president appoints.
President Kenyatta's choice for IEBC chair, city lawyer Wafula Chebukati, is already facing claims of abandoning a public interest case in which the Nairobi County government lost a multi-million land parcel in Westlands. Allegations which are widely expected to emerge before the Legal Affairs Committee. The nominees for IEBC commissioners are Consolatan Katha, Boya Molu, Roslina Kombe, Paul Kurgat, Margaret Wanjala, and Abdi Gulie.
The one on the jailer, which use it tonight.
But Makueni Senator Mutula Kilonzo Jr., who sat in the Joint Select Committee that brokered consensus on the exit of the outgoing IEBC commissioners, argues that the National Assembly Legal Affairs Committee faces an enormous task to redeem the image of Parliament after the recent fiasco over the Election Laws Bill that is now law.
There are serious questions to be asked of these people, and you need to get a serious commitment. In fact, this is the point to tell the person, this is the time you should quit. Quit now if you cannot manage the next general elections, because if there's one election that is going to be most challenging, it will make 2007 look like a joke.
This coming barely a week before IEBC commences the last phase of mass voter registration, targeting some 6 million new voters starting Monday next week. But it has also emerged that 800 biometric voter registration kits are faulty. Thus, IEBC will have to rely on only 7,793 kits for the month-long exercise.
So that every kit has got 2 officers, but will be operating in its own independent center. So because of that, we expect higher output or higher returns in the exercise.
I would expect the Electoral Commission to be clear, and I tell the country clearly that by registering through those processes, that they will be able to identify those people. That's really my concern.
With the voter registration about to begin and strict timelines leading to the 2017 elections, the IEBC nominees will no doubt have some explaining to do regarding how they intend to prepare for an election that is only 7 months away. Murimi Mwangi, KTN News in Nairobi.